Okay, so we are looking at project browser and then the properties bar. Okay, sorry. So the project browser, as I mentioned before, is this. Uh, you can lock it over here. You can even lock it together with the properties. Okay, but the project browser. So as you can see, I can put them together so that they share one bar, and then I can toggle them over here. So project browser properties, but I um, can also separate them. So I can have the properties here and then put the project browser here. Okay. Normally I'll put the project browser here. Yeah, and then I can put the properties on also this side. Okay. So what is the project browser? The project browser is the portion that gives you access to various levels and various views of your work. So if you notice, um, you see views, and with views, you can see floor plans, ceiling plans, 3D views, elevations, legend, schedules, sheets, families, groups. So basically, it's for views. And the default view is always the plan view. So the window uh that you see when you immediately open Revit is the plan view. Okay, so the highlighted level, as you can see here, is the level that we are on. So whenever you see anything highlighted like this in the project browser, it means that's the level we are on. We can move to the next level, which is level 1. And that's where everything has moved to. We can move to level 2, level 3, level 4, etc. So basically, a project browser gives you views. Remember when we access the elevation, so when I come here and click east, north, south, west, so I'm able to see. Don't worry, as we go further, you notice this when we put a real life project inside, you'll be able to see the different views of the project. So that's what the project browser does. Also, when you load in sheets, which we'll talk about in the future, you want to put your work on a sheet. The project browser gives you access to sheets. So when I come to sheets here, I can click new sheets and so on and so forth. So we'll look at that later. Also, if you want to do certain edits to families, remember we said families refer to components. So you can see it's giving me a list of the components I can have access to, and whatever kind of modification I want to do to them, I can have access to that and do, you see. So basically, what it does, it gives you access to various floors. If I cut a section view, also, I'm sure you are wondering where is section. You normally use the section icon and to cut the section through. Don't worry, we'll look at all that. And so basically, that's what the project browser does. So what about the properties? The properties also gives you details, not necessarily about the views, but tells you real time about whatever is highlighted, or whatever activity that is occurring at the moment uh, in the drawing area. So, for example, when I click this level, immediately the properties bar changes to give me information on the level. So if you notice, this box is telling me level circle head project datum, which is the name given to this level. And then when I click the drop down here, I'm giving access to different types or different options. Then it tells me on what level it is on. And then I'm giving the elevation. That is how high it is. It's 21,800, and that's in millimeters. And then it gives me dimensions, extents, etc. Okay, so I can click edit type here, which will allow me to do further editing and modification of the level. Okay, so technically, the properties bar gives me information on whatever I'm doing in this window. So let's say I click on the elevation marker here. Okay, you notice that it will start giving me information on the elevation. So it says elevation 12 mm what circle. It's telling me about the scale of the whole project and everything, because um it basically gives me information as to what is going on here. Okay, so you see, and when it's not in selection, it's telling me that this is what the floor plan view. Let's say we go to the elevation view. What happens? Okay, elevation. Let's say we enter sheets. You see, it says sheets. You see, so the properties is just monitoring whatever activity that goes on, whatever components that is in selection. It simply gives me information on it. And as you work and practice, you get familiar with these, because we've not put any real work in yet. You probably wondering what more could it do, but there's a lot more that you can use the properties bar for. Okay, so we'll end here and we'll talk in the next video.